Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here. And welcome to this stream. I am just testing out some equipment. I got some new recording equipment that I need to make sure works, and I'm testing it out. And I was like, there's probably not going to be a video this week, so I might as well like do a stream with it. So that way, you guys can have fun, tag along too. I'm just playing some Dishonored. I got this streaming equipment because on my second channel, I was planning on doing a Kingdom Hearts marathon because I had never played Kingdom Hearts 3, and I wanted to play all the Kingdom Hearts games ending with Kingdom Hearts 3. But my PS4, the disk drive broke. So, fantastic timing on that. I can still use my PS4, but the disk drive itself doesn't work, and I don't want to spend money getting it fixed. Like, I already tried to replace the disk drive, and it just didn't work. So I didn't want to spend money getting it fixed when it's going to be obsolete in like a year or two. So I was like, I'm just going to save up for a PS5, or, I'm thinking of also getting a Switch, but I think a PS5 would, like, I want to do the Kingdom Hearts thing, so a PS5 is probably what I'm going to wind up getting. So yeah, just doing some chill stuff. Feel free to ask me some questions. I'll be paying attention to the chat. It's gonna be I gotta move the chat over here because I need to use one of my monitors for the actual game. Everything good? Can y'all hear me? PC rules all. Yeah, I play on PC, but I want to be able to play on console as well. Because my new streaming equipment, is my streaming thing recording? My new streaming equipment allows me to not put as much stress on my computer when it comes to capturing footage. So I think that'll be easier. Let me make sure this thing is recording. Yeah, it's recording. Okay. Did you see Puss in Boots? No, I wanted to see Puss in Boots since the trailer came out. I didn't realize it was going to be in theaters. I just thought it was going to be like on some kind of streaming. But I still haven't seen it yet. How do you do the moving cartoons? Well, there is a better way to do it, and that's VTubing. I don't know how to do VTubing. Right now, it's just a series of PNGs. All right, let me switch this screen so everybody can hear me. The volume's fine, right? Because I gotta switch one of these screens. Oh, let me tweet out the stream before I do this, just so everybody who wants to be here can be here. This. What do you smell like right now? Garlic. I had crabs last night and shrimp. Had a big family gathering together. Had crabs and shrimp. I took a shower, brushed my teeth, washed my face several times, so I can still semi-smell garlic on me. Any hint of future videos? Well, there's probably going to be a King of the Hill video in the future. That's just a possibility. Streaming, come hang out. I've been watching Buona.tv's tips for streaming, and I'm trying to take some of his tips in mind. One of them I have a really hard time following is just keep talking. Because I am not a big talker. Well, it depends. If you talk about something I care about, like if we start talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, yeah, I won't shut up. But a lot of times I don't talk, which is why I gotta drink lots of water. All right, so I have tweeted out the stream. I'm switching this monitor now. Everything looks fine. Actually, let me move my stream to the other monitor before I do this. There's probably going to be another Teen Titans video in the future. Probably, we'll see. The cyborg video didn't do as well as I thought I was gonna do. But a lot of people have been requesting a very specific episode. Well, actually, a lot of people have been requesting like 2 very specific episodes, but I already know which one I'm gonna do first. All right, get the chat back up so I can see it. All right. What's your lineage? Any foreign family? Nope. My family's all from America. I have an Irish last name, so I'm presuming at some point something Irish happened. All right, so I just put on a game where I wouldn't really like have to think too much about it. I was thinking about Sonic 06, but I'm like, I have a whole playthrough on my second channel, Sonic 06, so I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. And I was looking through my PS3 games, which a lot of I have not played, and I was like, yeah, Dishonored. I guess I can play Dishonored. What's your favorite live action movie? Live action? Adjusted so you can barely see the darkest symbol. Yep, that's good. My favorite live action movie. I'm thinking it's Captain America Civil War, even though that movie has a lot of plot holes. I just love it. It's superheroes. Because if you just ask me my favorite movie, like I could tell you, but my favorite live action movie. I really like The Lord of the Rings, but I don't know if I call them my favorite. What is your hands down favorite episode of King of the Hill? That is also a tough one. I don't know if I have a hands down favorite episode.
If only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near.
How does the audio sound compared to my voice? I'm talking at the same time as she is on purpose. Oh, are subtitles not on? I need to turn subtitles on. What country are you from? I'm American.
When you are near, my heart is at peace.
I'm really trying to think of my favorite King of the Hill episode, because I'm not sure if I have one specifically.
Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home and bring good news.
After analyzing all of Atla episodes you want, would you step into The Legend of Korra? I would have to see at the time, because the Atla episodes are taking me way longer than I thought they would originally. And originally I wasn't planning on doing Korra, but like by the time we get there, I'm not sure how big the Atlas series will be. All right, can I turn subtitles on from here? Where would it be? I didn't. Whatever I just did, don't do that. Do you want to restore? No. Crap. I accidentally press. I don't know if. Oh, don't use auto mana elixir. Okay, yeah, I don't want that. No, I didn't mean to do that. Jeez. I've just tried to get to up there. This is the button. It's probably one with Cotton. Revenge of the Lutefisk might be close. Subtitles, there they are. Subtitle mode. Yes, please. All of it. Okay. So I went broke. Korra is awful. Well, I've seen Korra. Korra isn't awful. It's just awful as an Avatar series. It completely ignores a lot of continuity. Although the second season is probably just pure awful, just for what it is. Dead Space remake when? Well, I'm just getting into gaming. Like right now, I'm just testing out my equipment. I have no idea how long I'm going to be streaming. I don't know if I'm going to play through the whole game. We'll see. But I wanted to test my my what is this thing called? I want to call it my 4K 60 S Plus. To make sure it's working, and then even if it is working, I can edit the visuals that I get. Because I do have a second channel where I play games, and I stopped doing it for a while, but I really want to get back into it. What's my real name? It's on Twitter. My real name is Montreal McCall. It's on Twitter. It's not a secret. Korra was only supposed to last for 1 season. Well, there's a lot of things that happen with Korra. I can't remember the official story, but it was like they wanted to do more seasons, but then they had to cut it short, or maybe the opposite was true. They wanted to do one, but I do know they eventually did more than 1 season. I'm moving. Get out my way. Would you consider doing Full Metal Alchemist videos? I would have to get back into anime first, and I don't know when that's going to happen. I want to get back into anime. I have very fond memories of anime.
Hello, sir.
Corvo, you're back.
Say your real name again, but spell it's on my Twitter.
Wait, tell me about your trip.
You can just check out my Twitter.
Wait, let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
I think you would like Vox Machina. I have hipster
Okay, here we go.
mentality with Vox Machina. It's so popular that I don't want to watch it. I have that with a lot of stuff. I'm very hipster deep inside. Am I supposed to be? Oh, I'm following her. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Let's go. Come on.
I'm coming. Hold your horses. Fist of the North Star. Yeah, I'm starting to watch more various stuff that people have recommended me. I've started watching Breaking Bad. I've started watching that with my mom.
I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you.
Okay, I forget what the best hiding spot
I'm going
is.
to count to 10. Find a place to hide.
Press circle to enter stealth, then stay behind cover, break line of sight, and avoid detection while sneaking. Footsteps are muffled. Okay. Circle to enter stealth. Okay. I don't remember where the best hiding spot is. I think it's behind the tree. I think up here is actually a very awful place to hide.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. I don't care for Breaking Bad. Well, I'm on season 2 right now, and it's very different than what I expected. Well, I shouldn't say very different. It's somewhat different than I expected. I'm on season 2, and like, I thought I was gonna like Walter a lot more than I am. I still like him, but he annoys me a lot. Some of the decisions he makes, and I thought I was going to hate what's her name? His wife. I can't remember her name. I thought I was gonna hate her, but like, she's done the worst thing his wife does is that she'll do the right thing, but at the wrong time because she's impatient. Skylar, that's her name. Are you fat or slim? I am fat. I'm trying to get slim. That picture that you see at the beginning of every video, that picture's 7 years old. Wait, what year is it? 8 years old. Where's the painting guy? I want...
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
How about that King of the Hill episode where Buck takes Bobby under his wing and gets Bobby into danger? I'll probably hit that one once, eventually. I don't know what episode's going to be next. I'm probably going to take a slight break from YouTube this coming week, just because to make good scripts, I have to take breaks from YouTube. It's not a being tired thing. It's just a being creatively bankrupt and needing to see things from a different perspective kind of thing. So I'm starting to feel it.
What are you doing? I need the bottle to draw the eye away from Campbell. I suppose I can paint him without the cider, though in truth he is always close to the...
Daria would be good. Yeah, if I've been saying this for I think years now. If I can get my hands on Daria, I will absolutely review it. I'm trying to wait till certain things happen before I start buying more and more stuff to actually like go out and add to my collection. So if it's like not in a streaming service somewhere, I'll have a hard time reviewing it. And Daria I can't really find on any streaming service. Are you ever going to do a video on Phineas and Ferb? Yes, I have one planned, but I don't like have a strict. Like I'm not sure if I'm going to do it anytime soon. I might do it sometime soon, but I definitely do have one planned for Phineas and Ferb. Because there is a particular episode of Phineas and Ferb that I would say changed my life, and I want to talk about it.
Full of surprises.
Bob's Burgers is good, but would it work for an analysis video? See, I tried to watch Bob's Burgers, and I'm gonna keep trying, but the first couple episodes just really annoyed me.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
Here you go. Here. I thought Dario was on Netflix or Hulu. Not last time I checked. I'll check him again. Because I just want to watch Dario for me. I know it would make good content, but I just want to watch it for me. It just looks like a fun show.
We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us.
Kung Fu Panda 3 was at least 7 years ago. I don't need to be reminded how old I am.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Dario is on Paramount Plus.
Mother is fine.
I'm not sure if I have Paramount Plus. I might.
The guards. Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here.
Press R1 to attack with your right hand, L1 to attack with your left hand if you have a weapon or power equip. Okay. Press and hold R2 to block incoming sword attacks. Perfect timing will put the enemy off. Blah, blah, blah.
Emily, get behind me! Look out! Another one!
Where? Oh, there you are. Yeah, perfect timing.
Corvo, thank you.
Would you do any analysis on literature like Percy Jackson or other books? I would have to get into reading again. I'm trying to. I have a book that I've been trying to read for like the past 2 or 3 months, but I fall asleep. Like my body just gets so relaxed that I fall asleep. I used to read a lot when I was a kid. You have not said what game this is. That's because the title screen was up when the stream started. It's Dishonored.
Find Emily.
It is on Paramount Plus? Okay, I don't know if I have Paramount Plus. If I do, I will,
Won't you?
I'll see if I can find it.
Corvo.
How old are you? 31, I think, last I checked.
He's killed the Empress.
So is the murder mystery episode of King of the Hill the one with the thing in the train bathroom, or was that a different? The one there are at least 2 murder mystery episodes. I've never seen the one on the train. Shady, you should watch X-Files for good sci-fi fun. Shady, I love you, bro. I've been watching you since I was like 15. I appreciate, bro. Keep things doing. I love your takes. I wanted to do what's it called? I wanted to do those personalized emoji things. But from what I've seen, in order to do that, you have to activate members. And I tried to, but it was telling me there was an error, and it wouldn't tell me what the error was when I was activating members. So I was like, okay, I guess I don't get custom emojis. But I think what I need to do is I need to create the emojis first before I can activate members. Because otherwise it's just that people are becoming members for no reason. Like I don't even care about the members thing. I just wanted to do the emojis thing. Have you ever watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners? No, it's on my list because everybody says it's really good. Hey man, I know you did Justice League and Teen Titans, so can we expect DC cartoons like Superman the Animated Series or Young Justice? I would say not anytime soon unless I get a big request for them. So I'm still seeing how Teen Titans is going. The first video did really well with Teen Titans. The Cyborg videos is not doing that well. But there is another episode. There are 2 episodes that have been requested a lot for Teen Titans. So I have to see how those go. Also, it's January right now, so videos in general just don't do well.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now. Someone to guide the weak,
What are some
That's
books you'd
where we
recommend?
come
Well, I'm not a reader. I haven't read books
There was
in
nothing
forever.
personal.
My two favorite books
Even though
are
you
The
only
Count of Monte
said
Cristo,
that.
but I've only read the abridged version, and Ender's
You were
Game.
in the wrong place at the right
I told this story on stream before, but in the last like 5 years, I reread Ender's Game, and I was genuinely rehooked on that book. I was like, this is a book for middle schoolers. I wonder if I'll still like it, and I still loved it.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
You should play God of War. Investing in video games isn't at the top of my list right now because video games are just mainly for the second channel and for like when I just feel like relaxing and streaming. Because for me it is an investment because I'm not into video games like I used to be. Who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the blah 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 blah. I already know. Okay. All right, so just in case anybody's like actually interested in this in this game, let me try to actually be a good streamer. This is Dishonored, and I haven't been paying attention to the plot because, like I said early in the stream, I'm just trying to test my equipment. So I just put on a game where I wouldn't really be too distracted. Dishonored was probably not a good choice because there's a lot of sneaking in this game. But basically, what has just happened is I was a trusted confidant of the queen of this land. The land is going through a plague. The queen was just murdered. The princess was captured, and I was blamed for it, even though I clearly didn't do it. The guys who captured me admitted they know that I didn't do it. So this is very corrupt. They're just using me as a whatever it's called, a scapegoat. That's what it's called. They're just using me as a scapegoat. And so now somebody's just giving us a key. Giving me a key, giving us a key. That streamer talk always confused me. Can I just leave this sword here? I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty much never gonna use this sword ever. Cause there's two ways you can play this game. You can play it murder-like. Go and murder everybody, or you can play it stealth. The more people you murder, or the more people you kill, the closer you get to a bad ending. So if you want the good ending, you kill as little people as possible. You can do a complete no-kill run, which is probably what I'm gonna be doing. The no-kill run is like more interesting to watch. The kill run is more interesting to play. The outcome depends on how much you play and how much chaos you create. Stealth is always your friend. I mean, well, you're strong enough that you can run in and kill everybody, but like if you want the good ending, you stealth. So I think no matter, like, it's really hard to see you here. Can I save? Like, can I quick save? I'll create a save here. It's not quick save, but it is a save. So basically, yeah, you don't want to get caught. Yeah, and you want to take people down. Hold. Oh, he saw me. Well, I lied. Okay, hold on. Let me do that again. Okay, so there are auto saves. I thought you couldn't like get caught there. I thought it was like automatic. Like that guy was automatically safe from you. I am only half paying attention. Infamous is fun. Yeah, Infamous was another one I thought about because I've played Infamous so many times. It's one of my favorite games. But again, I did a Let's Play of Infamous on my second channel. So I was like, yeah, I kind of don't want to do that again. I kind of want to do something different. Okay, so. No. Oh, he was, wow. Bad. I got a bad save. Okay, hold on. I got a really bad save. I saved at the worst time. Okay, so I was absolutely wrong because I thought that guy like was just destined to be in a safe spot so that you didn't fail that capture, but I was just late. Is one of the most highly requested Teen Titans episode How Long Is Forever? It is one of my, yeah, a lot of people have recommended How Long Is Forever. Okay, so we're out of the cage. I'm curious. Can you continue without your sword?
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
I want that.
The Count of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. So
Yeah. See, those guys don't see you, so I would think that they just couldn't see you. But apparently, cause I feel like they were in a better position to see you right there than before.
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews.
I just want the
unless
coins.
Accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing.
I don't know
must
if you
be
need
scheduled
the
in
sword
advance
for anything,
with 1
like other than
week's
killing,
notice.
and I don't really plan on killing you. Hey Shady, what games would you recommend? I'm not big into the gaming sphere right now. I'm trying to get back into it. That is the thing. Oh, okay. I can't hide under the table. I'm gonna try to go without the sword. I want to see what happens. I'm just curious.
Food with me tonight? You always amuse me.
I guess I would need a sword for blocking, but I don't want to get caught. That's the thing. If I get caught, I'm doing it wrong. All right, so let me save. It annoys me that I can't quick save. Yes.
Stupid goddamn.
But like, of my limited knowledge of games, a game I would recommend, Majora's Mask, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. That's my all-time favorite game. This game's pretty fun. By holding triangle and then pressing left to right, you can lean around corners, allowing you to be looking. Not see my enemies. Okay.
Attention. Tomorrow's
Okay, he's
execution
distracted.
will be restricted to the personnel assigned
No,
to the event.
that guy came at the worst time. I have very bad timing with this. Oh no, I died. Oh no.
You're fish bait now.
I'd recommend Infamous. Have you ever played Sly Cooper? I did play the first Sly Cooper. I got kind of bored with it. If I had the Jak and Daxter games, I would be playing those right now. Because I was looking for them. I thought I owned them, but I don't, apparently. I was looking for the Jak and Daxter days and I could not find them. Okay, I kind of want the sword, but
Morris was dragged off by the overseers for some black magic nonsense?
You're such a choffer.
okay, so this guy is actually really easy to take down. I'm just not paying attention.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will
Now
be
we sneak
restricted
away.
to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries.
Where can I
only.
watch Teen Titans Go? I believe you can watch I know you can watch it on HBO Max. I think you can also watch it on Hulu. Yeah, this is how you beat this game. Just save spam. Every time you do something good, you save spam. I have the Jak and Daxter games, but I haven't played them yet. Well, the first game is very classic PlayStation 2 era. Very classic PlayStation 1, 2 era. The second game tried something very different, and it succeeded very well. And then the third game is the second game, but very polished. A lot of people, including myself, agree that the third game is the best. Honestly, I think the second game is the worst, but it's the best story-wise. Like, I think it has the worst gameplay, but it has the best story out of all three of them. Jak 3 has the best gameplay, and it might have the worst story, actually, now that I think about it. Assassin's Creed, that was a candidate. I have Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 3. I don't remember if I have Assassin's Creed 2.
Off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied
So I think
by
I've
an
gotten
officer of
everybody
the watch.
in here.
Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
more swords in case you missed that first one. Well, I don't want to drink a potion right now. Anything else in here? There's a door here. Key needed. Yeah, rats. How long do you think you'll stream for? Not long. Honestly, I was kind of tired when I started streaming anyway. The only reason I started streaming is because A, I needed to test my equipment, and B, I know there's more than likely not gonna be a video this week. So I was like, eh. My mom says hi. Hello, Caesar Diaz's mother. Mass Effect 1 and 2 are fun. Didn't like 3 all that much. I had never played the Mass Effect games. I was a Super Nintendo kid, and then I really got into games during the Nintendo 64 era with Nintendo 64 and PS2. I was still into games when the PS3 came around, but I wasn't a big Xbox person, so. I said Nintendo 64 PS2, Nintendo 64 PS1, then the GameCube PS2, and then the PS3 and the Wii. Like those were the eras where I was really into gaming. Then once during the PS3 era, like I didn't really have anybody to play with anymore.
Stupid rats.
Solitary wing must. 1 week's notice.
I didn't have anybody really to play with anymore, and that was where I found most of my enjoyment from video games. Do you play Minecraft? I have Minecraft. I haven't played it in a hot minute. Where'd that guy go? Is he necessary? Should I just, like, not worry about him? I don't want him coming after me, and I want to explore.
Attention. Tomorrow.
Oh, that's where I came from.
Will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Stupid god.
I am tense. I grew up in the 90s. Super Nintendo was where it was at. I'm a 90s and 2000s kid, which honestly is a fantastic time to have grown up. The birth of animation. Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, the rise of those networks, and Disney Channel as well. This door is closed. Mario Kart, Zelda. See, one thing I would love to do is do what I don't know who else does this, but the person I've seen do it is Shady Animations. Start up a the Mario Kart room and play with you guys. I would love to do that. That's why I was debating on getting whether or not I should get a Switch or not. So I think it's, that would just be so much fun, but I'm not confident enough to do that yet. So I think that's just gonna have to wait. I've heard someone say that they're thinking of like not making any more Mario Kart games. They're just gonna keep updating the one for the Switch. Also, I was gonna respond. I remember the 90s, but my mom was a teenager in the 80s, so I was raised like that. Yard key needed. Is that where I was? I think that might be where I was. Yeah, the arrow that keeps telling me to pick up a weapon is
Attention. Tomorrow's
a little annoying.
will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved
Oh, the interrogation
dignitaries
room.
only.
Just gonna close that. 78 here grew up playing on Atari 2600. I'm sorry. Shady, what's up? Nothing but the ceiling, baby. Who knows what that's from? All y'all should. I'll take this. Thank you. Now, is there anyone here to listen to this? No. Okay, so I can play this.
Corvo's unconscious again. Though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder.
He's gonna hide behind here. Doom-de-doom-de-doom. I'm very scared somebody's gonna find me. I'm getting too into this video game. I'm not supposed to be getting into it. I'm just supposed to be testing my equipment. Hey, Shady, what game is this? This is Dishonored, where you play as what used to be a personal acquaintance of the Queen, but people have framed you for her murder. I'll read this. I don't know what it does. I don't need that. Oh, you can throw stuff. Okay, I don't want to carry that. Okay, so there's money here. Money. Take that. Find the explosive. I did. Plant the explosive. I have to cross the yard. My mic is also in a weird place because, like, I have to turn away from my mic to play the game. I guess if I sit like this, I don't have to. But I keep turning back to the screen to look at the chat. And I know from voice actors that you're not supposed to turn away from your mic. That is one thing that constantly gets me while I'm recording too, is looking away from the mic, because I'll be getting into it and then I'll look away because I'm saying something that makes me want to look away. And I'm like, no, you can't do that, Shady. All right, so now I gotta go out here. I think I'm safe. Nope, they were gonna trick me. They put a guy who wasn't there. He wasn't there before.
Attention.
You're a voice actor? No, I've listened to voice actors. If you've ever heard of the YouTuber ProZD, he's a voice actor.
Unless accompanied by an officer of the
Wow. Again, just came at the wrong time there. What's your goal in life? I accomplished my goal in life. My goal in life was to get into a job that allowed me to control my time, so I could determine what I do with my time, and I've accomplished that. So I have lots of mini goals now, but my life goal is pretty much done. I've pretty much completed it. All right, so where's that guy? Because he came at the worst possible time. Hello? Hello? There he is. All right, I'm taking him out. Also, how did you not see your friend over here? Oh, I guess it is pretty dark over here. So you do YouTube full time? Yes, I do YouTube full time. The problem with doing YouTube full time is that doing it all the time, I get less creative, which is why I was saying I'm probably going to take a break from it this week. just being on YouTube all the time makes me feel less creative. Like, I feel like my jokes aren't funny or things like that.
Dignitaries only.
Hey Shady, love your videos, by the way. I got a question for you. What are your thoughts on the Any series? I've never seen, well, the Boss series I've seen. I've never seen Has Been Hotel. The Boss series, I think, like, it's got really good animation, but I think it's overhyped. Because everybody's like, oh, this is such a good show. And I went and watched it. I'm like, it's got very obvious problems to it. And it kind of cheats to get the shock value. Because it creates these characters who, like Blitzo, for example. It creates him, and he's this horrible person. And then it lulls you into a sense of these are evil people, so they don't really... You shouldn't really care about their feelings that much. It lulls you into that sense, and it cheats by doing it, because they will do things that nobody will care about, and then suddenly in the next scene they will act like not demons but people, and it's like, haha, I tricked you. You should actually care about their feelings. And it's like, well, why should I have cared about them doing this bad thing but not the bad thing in the previous episode? There's that one moment where Blitz says, this is the underworld, nobody cares. I'm like, that pretty much sums up how they trick the audience. I don't see anybody else in here, so I'm just gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. But yeah, it's fun. Like, I think it's a fun show. It's just not, like, I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think it's got very blatant problems.
Unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort.
Hey Shady, do you have any pets? No, I do not have any pets. Not gonna lie, I was blinded by the hype of the show. I mean, the show deserved the hype it got when it first came out, because, like, animation of that quality, like, there's a lot of good animation stuff on the internet, but long-term animation of that quality is really hard to come by on the internet. Usually you have to be sponsored by somebody. But with enough, or by a studio, but with enough time, yeah, you can get really good quality animation. I've seen a lot of channels with good quality animation like that. But the characters and the plot, like, they kind of cheat. We're missing the finale of season 1, but somebody really brought this up, and I wholeheartedly agree that the one of the great things about the finale of season 1 was it made Blitzo and Stolas confront how bad their relationship was. But then in the season 2, the second episode of season 2, they act like that episode didn't happen. And that might be because we're missing the finale of season 1, but, like,
It's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague.
That really did, like, I really noticed that as well when that happened. A lot of people, when the second episode of season 2 came out, they're like, oh, Luna and I can't remember her name, Stolas' daughter. They're like, oh, they're getting along so well. Oh man, they're such complicated characters. And I'm like, okay, that's nice, but there are other parts of this episode that are lacking that people are just not pointing to.
Attention.
Yeah.
Oh, it's saving on its own. Ah, I shouldn't have paused.
Wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
Not everyone did.
Escort
I really like Wayne.
must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Can I climb in through this window? I can. Nope, I can climb up on the window. I can't climb through it, even though it looks open. That guy's looking. No.
What?
No.
What the? Help! Hey!
I don't know the controls that well.
You're fish bait now.
Okay, then what's your favorite animal? So for a long time, it was the red fox. But I'm thinking it might be the red panda now. Because I love both foxes and pandas, but foxes make that weird noise. And then it gets awkwardly quiet. See, this is why you as a streamer are supposed to keep talking. My mouth is dry. Drink some water.
Solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer of the walk.
Not everyone did.
Escort
I
to the
really
solitary
Okay,
wing.
there is a window here because he turns that way, and then he turns that way. So if I go now, I can get him. Who saw me? Wait, who saw me? Where did that guy come from? Hold on, where did you... Where did that guy come from? Did you watch Turning Red? No, it didn't look like a show I wanted to see. Although I have made the decision this year that I'm going to watch more things, even if I think I'm not going to like them. Which is why I'm currently watching Velma. I know it's awful, and I don't like to support things that are bad, but at the same time, I told myself I was going to watch things, even if I think they're going to be bad. And unlike a lot of other people, I don't believe in pirating something just because you think it's going to be bad. I think that's still like a really bad thing to do. Okay, there's a door right here. Where does this lead to? Can I open this? I can. This is where I just was. They don't notice that my cell is open? What on earth? Like, I am the most important prisoner right now. They don't notice that my cell is open?
Hey, I heard you got eaten alive at cards. Blow off. I better make a pass over here.
Stupid cut.
I bet you if I'm in here, in my cell, and they see me, they're still gonna charge at me.
This is ridiculous. Stupid rats.
Demon Slayer, I would like to try out. Everybody says it's good. Where'd that guard go? Is that him? I think that is him. Is he asleep?
You're out. Attention. Good for you. Tomorrow's cut some throats.
Will be restricted to the personnel.
Kill a guard for me, will ya?
Oh, you're not a guard. You're just... you're just a prisoner. Where'd that guard go? Oh, there he is. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide here. I'm gonna hide behind this wall.
Burn this place to the ground.
Shh. Be very quiet. Shady, you should watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer for fun. When I was a kid, I watched all of Angel. So yeah, that's just a fun fact. I don't remember much of it other than the last episode. The last season, I mean. Fave anime, Detective Conan. Case closed.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by
If
an officer of the
Crunchyroll
walk.
just get all the episodes of Detective Conan back,
Solitary wing must be scheduled in advance.
that could be my window to getting back into anime. I only remember the puppet episode of Angel. I only remember, like, one episode that really stuck. Like, the final season is the season that I mainly have in my head. One episode that really stuck out to me was the episode where they had to rescue Lindsay from eternal torment, and the black guy sacrificed himself. And in the eternal torment that Lindsay was in, every day he woke up and he believed he was married to a beautiful wife, and she would always ask him to go do something in the basement. And he would instinctively know he shouldn't go in the basement, but he couldn't remember why. And then he would go into the basement and he would get tortured to death. And then he would wake up and he wouldn't remember that he got tortured to death. Hey Shady, in your opinion, what the best anime series, which anime series has the best storyline? Thus far, keep in mind, I haven't seen some of the most notorious animes. Like, I haven't seen Gundam, I haven't seen Bleach, but Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter both had really good stories. Yu Yu Hakusho went slightly downhill after the Dark Tournament, but even still after the Dark Tournament, its story was kind of good. The pacing went really, really fast, and the ending was kind of, like, cheap, but still really good. The original Hunter x Hunter, I didn't watch Hunter x Hunter. You're not supposed to say the X. Hunter x Hunter. I didn't watch I haven't seen the latest version of Hunter x Hunter. The original Hunter x Hunter was the one I saw. And the original Hunter x Hunter, I say all the time, is the best anime in terms of pacing I have ever seen. Because so much happens in one episode. And they constantly leave you off on a cliffhanger, but it never feels like you've wasted time. Have you seen Claymore? I started watching Claymore, but I got uncomfortable because I started watching it way back in college, and the younger you go back in my timeline, the more prudish I am. I'm still somewhat of a prude now, but I've lost a lot of my prudish instincts. And Claymore was not afraid to show body parts. But I did see some of Claymore. I should probably try to finish watching Claymore. Well, anime in general I should get back into. I keep going back out and then going in because I'm scared they're going to see me. At this point, I just want to make it past the tutorial level. Okay, that guard is walking away. That guard is turned around. Okay, maybe I can get through. It's all, you know, you can just steal stuff, but it's almost always better to just knock guards out. I messed up. I should have looked through the keyhole. I should have looked through the keyhole. Good thing Heimerdinger got fired, or else he'd blow up in the council room. Well, the thing is, what you know about League of Legends, right? League of Legends, a lot of people have powers. What's her name? Mel? Mel's not in League of Legends, but her thing glowed right before the rocket hit. So I'm guessing she has some kind of hidden power which would technically qualify as a Deus Ex Machina. But because I don't think they're going to kill off Jason Victor. Simply because Jason Victor are very important characters in the game. And also Victor's arc isn't complete. Like, Jace could die here and story-wise it'd be fine, but not Victor. Victor's done too much that hasn't been discovered. I mean, I guess they could still make it work depending on what they do, but I just have a hard time seeing them killing off Victor just from a story perspective. And I have a hard time seeing them killing off Jace from this is related to the game's perspective. I tried to watch EFAP's thing about let me check something right quick. Go away, I don't need you. Okay, just make sure everything's good on the stream. Okay. I tried to watch EFAP's thing on Arcane. But I got to one specific part where there was just one guy was complaining about a lot, and everybody was trying to tell him, like, no, dude, you're looking at this wrong. And I was having a hard time getting through that part because I was just annoyed. But one thing that Arcane points out that I did really think about but they're 100% correct, is that Jinx should not have her minigun in the show. They should not have given Jinx her minigun. They did it because the games. She's known for having a minigun. But it doesn't make at all any sense to her character. Miniguns are heavy. They don't explain how she can carry it. They don't explain where her bullets come from. So yeah.
Something weird going on.
Stop suspecting me. I do want to see a video with Jordan Fringe if you can work it through, Shady. Jordan Fringe, I've heard that name, but you can always watch more episodes of Justice League. Yeah, I own the complete series of Justice League, so they're taking Justice League and Unlimited off of HBO Max. That kind of ticked me off. You saw Justin Roiland got fired? Yeah. I don't know anything about the allegations behind why he got fired. I think it's a little bit insane that they're firing him because basically he is Rick and Morty. Where'd that one guard go? Oh, there he is. He basically is Rick and Morty. Steve from Smash Bros. Thank you very much. Thanks for making the high quality content and always brightening my day with uploads. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. As my sister was telling me the other day, like, I'm very harsh on my own content. So I appreciate that you guys call it like high quality. Have you watched Superman the Animated Series, and would you do a video on them? There's one episode I would like to talk about with Superman the Animated Series. I'm probably not going to do it anytime soon, because I answered this earlier. I need to see how Teens Titans does before I start like dabbling with other stuff. Okay, he's walking away. That was good timing. Oh crap, his sword fell. Am I ducked? But there is one episode I would really like to talk about when it comes to Superman. Okay, so let me get to that guy. I think I can get around him. Once again, this guy ruins everything. He keeps turning around at the wrong time. I haven't seen the latest season of Rick and Morty. Because I don't have anything that gets Adult Swim on me, so I have to wait till it comes on certain other services before I can get to it. Oh wait, I've seen the first episode. I've seen the very first episode. Because they posted it on YouTube, but then they took it down. I don't know why they did that. They posted the first episode of Rick and Morty for the latest season on YouTube, and then they took it down. But other than that, I haven't really seen anything. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm back in here. I didn't save after I did the... Oh. Rick and Morty's on HBO Max and Hulu. Yes, it is, but not the latest seasons. You have to wait until like 8 months when the seasons come out. Alright, I'm going backwards with this guy. So that way I won't have to worry about hiding the body.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned.
I watched it on Hulu this season. Alright, I'll check after the stream. That is definitely something I would love to binge. Rick and Morty, like, I've realized, like, Rick and Morty is a show I really, really like. Despite the fact that it's very crass, which is something I would normally stay away from, Rick and Morty is, like, I come back to Rick and Morty. I don't just watch it for YouTube. Like, I've only done, like, what, 2 videos on Rick and Morty, and they were both very short, not popular videos. I just like the show. And, you know, I have my complaints with it. I hate everything about Giant Incest Baby. But it's still a show that I like. A show that I come back to all the time. I think my favorite episode of it is the snakes episode. I just love the beginning where Rick chews out Morty. Like, there are snakes in space. There's literally everything in space, Morty. Like, I just told you that. Oh, I love that part so much. All right, your turn.
Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Shady admitting that he has high IQ. Yeah, I mean, you have to in order to understand that show. See, this is what can be boring about this game is that for if you're watching it, not if you're playing it. Like, if you want to do a perfect run, it's constant save spamming. It'd be more fun to watch like every mistake I make instead of me just save spamming all the time. Anyone who listens to Shady knows that he has a high IQ. Why wouldn't he? Because he wears shit. Truth. Or is it because I wear do-rags? Or is it because of both? ¿Por qué no las dos?
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will
Alright, so I think I could just work around this guy, but there might be valuables in this room. So I'm gonna wait till he comes back and then start walking away. Kind of fell off after Space Beth. I like the some of the first episode with Space Beth I liked. I didn't like how Beth has these obvious insecure problems with herself and she just throws them on Rick. Like, I think the show knows this about Beth, but they don't do anything about it. They just constantly have her berate Rick. Why can I not? There it is. They just constantly have her berate Rick, and it's very annoying. But I like some of the events of Space Beth, and I'm like, this has potential to be something really fun. Like, if you watch the Solar Opposites, they have those two separate stories. The one with the wall and the one with the, what are they called? The silver something, I can't remember, the Space Cops thing. Those two stories are great with the silliness of Solar Opposites. They could have done something like that with Space Beth and like taken the show on a serious venture. Now I still haven't seen the latest season, but for what I've heard, they do some not great stuff with Space Beth. I was really hoping that Space Beth, Memory Rick, and Bird Person would like go on serious adventures together. That's what I was hoping for. I guess I'll pick up bullets. I don't have a gun. Okay, I feel like something's gonna happen after I pull this switch, so I'm gonna save. I don't want to seem like I'm spamming, but have you seen Puss in Boots 2? And if you've watched the first one, what did you think of it? I don't know which one is 2. I've seen the one with Humpty Dumpty. So I'm pretty sure that's the first one. I haven't seen the one with the kittens. I don't know if that's a movie or just an episode. Do you know the baby doll episode from Batman the Animated Series? Oh, jeez. I walked out too soon. The only episode I can remember from Batman the Animated Series is the one where, and I don't even remember all of it. I just remember a specific scene from it where Tim gets ticked off at Bruce, and so he goes to talk to Grayson. That's really the only episode. And also the one where all the villains are playing cards and Killer Croc says, "I threw a rock at him." That one I remember, but I don't have a vivid memory. I need to rewatch this. I need to rewatch a lot of things. Honestly, I just need to grab like a bunch of junk food and rewatch stuff, which is, there are certain days of the week that I dedicate to just watching new stuff. But not a whole lot of time to watch it, like rewatching old stuff. One thing I feel like I need to rewatch is Korra, even though I don't want to, just because there's some things I keep misremembering when I'm telling people about it. Okay, where did that other guy go? There he is.
Fucking longer do I have my fuck?
That guy's turned around. Go, 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 go. He's about to turn around. Leave, 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 leave. Alright, we're good. But yeah, I don't remember a whole ton about Batman the Animated Series or Superman the Animated Series. The episode from Superman the Animated Series I remember is the one with Mixoplex. That's really the only, and the one with the one with one of the ones with Darkseid, which is the one I want to talk about. How do you think Jurassic Park would be in BoJack? Sure, just like Ellie in Halloween Party with a T-Rex caveman plushie. I mean, they still have regular animals in BoJack, so you know Jurassic Park could still be made with dinosaurs who just eat people dangerously. It's just that just because something's an animal doesn't mean it's a feral animal. Have you ever watched or considered watching Batman Beyond? I watched it when I was a kid. I don't have the best memory of it. I remember it more than I remember regular Batman. Okay, he is turned around. Batman episode was I Almost Got Him. The World of Cardboard? No, that's a Justice League episode. I do remember Justice League because I watched a lot of Justice League in my high school years. So I have a lot of episodes, and I have the complete series. I watched it in college as well. Yeah, The World of Cardboard is a Justice League episode. It's the final episode of Justice League Unlimited. So the final episode of the series. I'm the Avatar. You gotta deal with it. So that thing, I was thinking about doing this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to. But in my last Atla video, I made a big stink about that scene and how it's blatantly an insult to anybody who's been paying attention to Avatar. I got a lot of backlash from people who were like, no, Shady, you don't know what you're talking about. It does this, 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 this. And there was so much wrong with people's responses. I was very tempted to make just a general scene analysis of why that scene just doesn't work if you understand Avatar. Because the amount of people, like my big beef with that scene is that it just completely ignores continuity of Avatar and does of Atla and does things that should be considered impossible. And a lot of people are like, well, Aang does these things that are considered really, really hard, so Korra should get a pass too. And I'm like, the things that Aang does were established to be challenging, not impossible. What Korra does, based on what we know from Atla, in that one scene, is impossible for a 4-year-old to do. Excuse me. And people are like, well, it establishes Korra's character. And I'm like, you don't have to destroy continuity to establish a character. Mr. Enter, and I know a lot of people like have problems with Mr. Enter, but Mr. Enter has a very good way to establish Korra's personality without making her do the impossible. And that was make her good at firebending despite being a waterbender. Because as the Avatar, she can bend all elements, but maybe she just doesn't have the right personality. And then everybody who's saying, well, they needed to make her opposite of Aang. Guess what? Aang struggled with his opposite, and Korra was good with her opposite. Now she's opposite of Aang. Now she's more physical. She's more about her willpower. Like, everyone's saying that they needed to establish she was opposite of Aang, so they had to do the scene like that. I'm like, I don't buy that. There are lots of other ways you could have established that without breaking the entire continuity of Avatar. Korra shouldn't even have been an effective waterbender at that age, let alone 3. Exactly. Well, you could get away with 1 and say she's a talented child. You could, because that's what happened with Aang. It's similar, and it's also what happened to Azula. They were both really good at their elements because they were talented children. Let me go over here. Aang was also a prodigy with 3 other elements. He just I think I'm supposed to jump. He was a prodigy with 3 other elements, but he didn't know he could do them. And he, like, even after he knew he could do water, he still couldn't do it until he saw Katara do it herself, so he could see the stances. Like, it doesn't make any sense for anyone, let alone a 4-year-old, who has trouble focusing on their ABCs and remembering those to be able to execute 3 different elements like Korra did. It makes no sense when you understand how bending works in Atla. It makes absolutely no sense. Like I genuinely consider it an insult to Atla to have Korra do that. Aang was about 10 when he was named Master Airbender. He was 12, I believe. He was a Master Airbender at 12. I doubt he was effectively bending at 4. I believe airbending, other than the personality thing, like if you're born an airbender, airbending is the easiest to do, not necessarily master, but do, because it requires the least like physical. Air is all around you, and like Aang does a lot of airbending without having to do any stances, because it's a more natural process for that style. So he was probably doing a lot of airbending. Like we see a lot of little kids doing airbending in Aang's past. But for you to say Korra not only has the right attitude for 3, but she knows the stances to do 3 on purpose. Like she was doing it on purpose. Katara struggled with water bending.
You're afraid of him?
Talent is no substitute for education and skill. Well, skill is a combination of talent and practice. So if you're lacking one, you can compensate with the other. Usually, practice will get you, like practicing more and more and more will get you farther than just talent. But somebody who has good talent and good practice, they are somebody that's pretty much impossible to beat in terms of skill. Or extremely difficult. I shouldn't say impossible. Korra has so much potential, but the writers ruined it, in my opinion. I didn't really enjoy season 3 that much, despite people's favorite season. Well, season 3 is the closest season that comes to being Avatar quality. I don't think any Avatar season is as good as Avatar quality. It is Avatar quality. But season 3 is the one that comes closest. I also like season 4 because I think Korra's personality is at her best in season 4. That was one thing I really loved about season 4. I think I have to come here and close the door. Oh no, I don't have to close the door. The door's already closed. Are those things coming to? Oh, I forgot what to do. I'm panicking a bit here. There are rats. They will attack me, and I've got to get out of here. I think I got to jump into the sewers. Usually they told them at 16. Yeah, that was another thing. They came up with the 16 rule, right? How would they have came up with that rule if an avatar could, as easily as Korra, figure out that they were the avatar? People said, well, Korra... I've seen some people say, well, Korra had... communication was much better for Korra, so she would have heard that an avatar was possible and she would have tried it and bend it. And I'm like, the other avatars had 16 years. Aang traveled around the world constantly, and Aang knew royalty. Not Sozin. Roku also knew royalty, and you're telling me that none of them would have heard that, hey, the avatar is this, your element, and they wouldn't have tried for themselves to see if they could bend? They would have never tried it once? I mean, I can believe Aang would have never tried it, but Roku too? And other avatars before them, they would have never tried it? Like that, there's too much working against Korra for people to be like, yeah, it makes it can be excused with this. You have to excuse so much to allow Korra to bend those 3 elements in the opening scene. I always feel like you could make a really good video on VeggieTales if you wanted to. Yeah, I've had a plan to make a video in VeggieTales for a long time. I just never got around to it. What's down here? VeggieTales is kind of one of those difficult ones. Because it's religious focused, and despite the fact that I am religious, like I try not to put people in that corner, basically. Corpse is blocking the wheel. Obviously, you could just look at it from just a non-religious standpoint. Does it stay up? Yeah, it stays up. Okay. Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna need this corpse, so I'm gonna bring it with me just in case. And I'll leave it here. Food. I was just in Florida last week. Wish I had gotten a chance to link up with Shady. Something is happening to my computer. Hold on. Making sure everything's... No frames are dropping. Okay. Yeah, something was happening with my computer. I'm not sure what, though. Maybe did the audio thing break? No, the audio thing's fine. VeggieTales has religious themes about it. I thought it was a meme. No, VeggieTales is a religious cartoon. It's one of the very few good ones. Because one of the big problems with religious media is that it's very one-sided. It's preaching to the choir, essentially. But VeggieTales did a very good job of being both entertaining and educational in its genre. Okay, I forget what I gotta do. I think I have to go over there somewhere. I'm supposed to distract these rats. Here. I don't know how to throw things. Throw. Yeah, I don't see any treasure in here. Throw. Alright, are you guys... Move on to the other one, please. Oh, geez, they take a while. You know what was a good show? Xiaolin Showdown. Yes, very much so. What, I threw one over there. What are y'all doing? Yeah, go get it. Go get it. It's over there. Also, those rats would climb up here. Like, I do not believe those rats would not climb up here. Ugh. Are they serious? Okay, fine. Go get that one. Do you see that one? Are you serious? There they go. Oh, no, go get it. What are you doing? Go get it. It's right there. The last season of the show sadly bombed. Yeah, the last season made a lot of... There we go, okay. The last season made a lot of mistakes, but the very last episode, even though it broke a lot of rules, I really liked that episode.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered.
Hey, Shady, you ever see Earth's Mightiest Heroes? Yes. I think it's the best Marvel property to date. Thoughts on the show if you have. The best Marvel property? I kind of got bored of it after the first season. When they started doing the Secret War, I kind of got bored of it. I think Spectacular Spider-Man might be the best Marvel property. How far does this go? Like, Spectacular Spider-Man, I keep telling people, is a really good... It's probably the best representative of Spider-Man. I prefer Spider-Man the Animated Series, but that's because of nostalgia. I grew up with that. this looks like a trap. Oh. Okay, well, I thought trigger meant like disarm. But I guess it did specifically say trigger and not disarm, so that's my fault. Hello. Meaning Squirrel, should I say the potatoes? You were known before that. Oh, Lord Protector. Okay, that's what his title was. We are servants of the Empire, the true Empress, a group of loyalists who wanted very much to meet you. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose, blah, blah, blah. Here's a bunch of stuff. A crossbow. Okay, the crossbow I do need, because it has sleeping darts. Oh, okay, so you automatically get a sword. So you can't go the whole game without a sword. I was wondering if you could just, like, go this whole game without a sword. Take that. Trigger is not disarm, making an argument that shades equals not. See, you're thinking all the power's in the shades. It might be within the Doorag. All right, let's be honest here, guys. The shades and the Doorag are here for one reason and one reason only. So I can make them look good. Not so they can make me look good. So I can make them look good. Hello. Projectile launcher. Oh, this was the trap. Oh, is this the way I was supposed to go? Because they gave me a key, and I thought there was a gate over there. There's a wheel. Is this the way I'm supposed to go? Is this a secret way? Because I don't want to go the way I'm supposed to go. Ah, okay. Have you ever played Skyrim? Yes, I'm playing Skyrim right now. I'm playing it on PC, and I mod, so it eats up a lot of my computer, so there's no way I can stream it. Another projector. Okay. Oh, this is okay. So I've disarmed that. Now I can trigger this. I could have mentioned this in a previous stream or tweet or something, but have you ever watched Green Lantern, the animated series? Yes, I put it on par with Batman and Superman, the animated series. I did. It came. Okay, I think you're talking about the 3D one, because I did watch that one, and the problem with that one was the style was a little weird, but I could easily forgive that. I'm not like I acknowledge when animation is good. But I don't hark on it if it's bad and the story is still good. I only hark on it if everything is bad. The animation on that was a little weird. But it came on during a time like this is a lot of people got upset because Cartoon Network was making these really good superhero shows, but they were putting them on Saturday mornings and targeting them towards teens and young adults. And people were like, you guys are thinking of kids. Kids wake up Saturday mornings. Teens and young adults do not do that. I don't know how to sprint. How do I sprint? Well, first, let me stand up. Okay. So I think they said square while sprinting? No. X while sprinting. No. I thought it was it square or X while sprinting? I don't know how. Bring the tutorial back up, please. Circle while sprinting. Okay. But yes, I did see that Green Lantern show. Well, I failed that horribly. I tried. I got blocked off. In case you do that, look to your whiskey for answer. Whiskey, God, if you want to share your sort of... I could not figure this out when I was a kid. Somebody had to tell me. Like, there's a whiskey thing right here. 4, 5, 1. 4, 5, 1. Because a very easy puzzle to solve, and I could not figure that out when I first got this game. I was like, what do they mean with whiskey? That would be one I'd need to watch again. A lot of I've been playing a lot of Skyrim recently, and I instinctively am trying to not pick up too much stuff because I don't want to get weighed down. I'm like, oh wait, this isn't that game. All right, up. I think we're done with the rats.
Won't get past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take them out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
And try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Okay.
Smells like a dead Weeper in here.
Alright, so now we're back to people, which means now my stealth can fail. I understand Shady's opinion on the style of the animation, but it grew on me. Plus, it was Bruce Timm's style. I mean, like I said, animation doesn't really go that far. Like, if it's good animation, I'll point it out. If it's bad animation or animation that just doesn't sit well with me, just give me a couple episodes and I'll get over it, especially if the script is good. Because, like, Jimmy Neutron, I love Jimmy Neutron.
They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out.
There's 2 people in here. I'm not doing the drop assassin. Nope. That tip can't stop me because I can't read. Alright, I gotta hide this body somewhere. I feel like you're gonna get found. There was another guy here. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any treasure because I don't think you can come back. Like,
your sister was? You always amuse me.
I don't think you can come back here. I do like how this level is set up, though. I wish I had sleeping darts. Can I just bypass these guys? I don't think they have anything on them. Like, if I miss out on loot, I'm gonna be ticked. There's some loot right there. I see it from here. Alright, I'm gonna save. Also showed me Wally as my favorite Flash. Barry was always my favorite. As a lot of people informed me, at the time Justice League came out, Barry was still in the Speed Force, so that's one of the reasons why they used Wally. Like, I knew Hal Jordan was still the Spectre. I didn't know Barry was still in the Speed Force when Superman the Animated Series came out. I don't think there's any. I hope there's no loot over there, because if, like I said, if there is, I just missed it. Samuel is 15 years that way.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody.
Temporarily.
Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
So yeah, at this point you're safe.
Over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Samuel.
Did you give me that delicious bread?
Very much to meet you.
You ever think of playing Dead by Daylight?
I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet
Who was the Flash in Superman the Animated Series? It was Wally. The Flash in Superman the Animated Series, the same Flash in Justice League. It was Wally. They did have Kyle in Superman the Animated Series. I forgot this. Somebody reminded me. Kyle was in Superman the Animated Series. I did not get all the coins found. Aw. Didn't kill anyone. Never detected. Overall chaos low. Yeah. Open jelly safe. Yep, I did that. I didn't get all the coins. Okay. What kind of equipment are you testing and how's it going? I am testing my Elgato 4K 60s Plus, which records footage from external sources. So right now I'm streaming my PS3 into my Elgato. This will allow me from my second channel, I can focus on my Elgato recording my footage, and my computer can focus on other things, like maybe if I want a camera up or I'm recording my microphone and stuff like that. It just frees up my computer to do other stuff while I'm recording either games or other things from external sources like consoles.
This is the Hound Pit's pub, closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing.
Dang.
Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. I'll take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Royalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Okay. The game is saving. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop playing for now. I'm still going to keep streaming for a little bit, but I'm just going to chat to you guys. Is it this? Oh, my camera's not active, so that's awkward. Normally my camera is there, but my camera's not active, so I guess temporarily I will just move the chat and make it bigger. Oh, it doesn't work like that. I would have to go to my whatchamacallit. Can I open it from here? Try to open it from here. Yeah, I want more chat, but I'm feeling really lazy. Like I have such lazy bones in my body right now. But yeah, I'm done recording for this footage. I'm gonna get the footage, get it up later, and then see if I can actually edit it. Because sometimes when I record footage, I have to render it in various different ways before my editing software will let me touch it. So let's just stop recording. And hopefully it was recording that whole time, because it's really the first time I've tried using it. And I'm going to turn this off, and I'm just going to talk to you guys. Shady, make a Discord. I'll think about it. I've been thinking about it for years, and I still haven't done it because I get so like it's such unfamiliar territory with me. I know Discord, but getting on Discord and not just casually talking to like my friends and stuff, that is new territory to me. Okay, let me see. Where's the thing? So I can edit this. What is it? Is it Streamlabs? Okay, not what I meant to open. And you can just talk here and have somebody else run the thing. See, that's what I mean by I don't know like how it works that well. Has this been playing this whole time, eating up my freaking bandwidth? The stream was playing on on my freaking studio that I have up. This one, please. This one, please. All right, let me see if I can find it. No, I don't care about that. This, no. Stream elements is another thing I'm not, Did you get my private message? Where did you send me a private message? Where is this? There should be a chat thing here. Honestly, Persona 5. Oh, you have PNG face tracking. No. I do like how everyone like just assumes that the avatar is connected to like tracking and stuff. He's not. I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to be a VTuber, but I do not have face tracking. Am I doing the wrong thing? I'm trying to expand my chat, but I don't remember if it's like Stream Elements or Streamlabs or what. And it's not letting me do it from here. Okay, it's definitely Stream Elements. So let me try this. Nope, that was the wrong thing. Yeah, it's definitely Stream Elements. But I don't remember how it works. I'm happy you didn't review Velma. Well, I might still review Velma. That's the thing. The thing about Velma is, like, I don't think I have much different to say about it. And it's so obvious why it's such a bad show. Like, you don't really need a reviewer to tell you why it's bad. The reason I tend to talk about things I either like or don't like a lot of times is because I'm just overwhelming with emotion about it. And Velma, I don't feel that way. Like, it's bad, but I don't like have an over eager urge to hate it. But I might still talk about it just because it needs to be talked about why this show is so bad. Like, it is important that reviewers dogpile this show because it intentionally does what people hate about reboots nowadays. It's just like the Emoji Movie. The Emoji Movie did what a lot of people hated about animated movies at the time, which is why people dogpiled on it. Velma revels in doing what everyone hates about bad reboots and bad adult animations. And yeah, I do kind of want to talk about it, but right now, like, I tried to write a script when the first 2 episodes came out. I tried to write a script on it because people were like, Shady, please review this. Like, you really need to talk about this. So I tried to talk about the first 2 episodes, but I got to the plot. I summarized the plot, and normally, you know, you guys have seen my videos. I'll summarize something and then I'll make a joke or talk about it or whatnot. I had nothing to say about the plot. I summarized it and I was like, did I really just move on to the next section without saying anything about the plot? I just summarized it. And then I made a quick joke in the script about how I had nothing to say about the plot. And I was like, this this isn't going to work. Because I clearly don't have any passion for this show, whether it's passionable like or passionable hate. I had no passion for it. I'm just doing it because I believe it will get me views. And this is kind of why I'm not like the best YouTuber, because when it comes to running a business, I'm not the best at it. I tend to follow my emotions when it comes to what I want to do, rather than following where the money is going to take me. And you know, there's a equal balance of art and business when it comes to doing this stuff, and I'm bad at the business part of it. I'm really trying to expand this thing, but I don't remember where to go because I haven't edited it in forever. Why is it taking me here? I don't want to go here. You're really live right now. Yes. Yes, I am. I think that was the mindset of Velma's team. No passion. And another... I do have things to say about Velma, but again, I don't know if I necessarily feel passionate enough to make a whole script on it. If I do Velma, it'll probably be once the entire first season has come out, and and it'll probably be in a slightly different style. But the issue I have with Velma, or one of the big issues I have with Velma, is that there are some good ideas in there. There are, but they are clouded by awful ideas and bad execution. Like, some of the jokes could be funny if the voice actors just executed them well, or if they were written to be executed well, but they're not. And some of the things they try to do aren't necessarily awful ideas. Like, for example, if you see my Miraculous videos, you know I have a weakness for snobby upstart characters. I actually like characters like that. So I actually do like Fred in this show. I don't like him as Fred, but I like, the snobby upstart character that he is. Frank, or whatever you want to call him. Now, they have this character, but they put it on Fred when it should have been put on Daphne. Daphne was the rich one. So if they wanted to hyper stereotype a rich person, it should have been Daphne. And which a pup named Scooby-Doo actually did this. A pup named Scooby-Doo made Daphne the snobby rich type because it's a good trope to put on her. She was the rich one. She was the rich and pretty one. Fred's characteristics, he was never known for being the attractive one. He is kind of the guy next door, the jock kind of guy next door, but he was never known for being the attractive one. What I think this show should have been was Velma could have been the snarky Velma that was in Mystery Incorporated, or some variation of the smart aleck stereotype. Fred should have been nice guy. He should have been nice guy syndrome, kind of like Adrian from Miraculous. That's what Fred should have been. Daphne should have been the mean, pretty rich girl. She should have been the hot girl. And Shaggy should have been some kind of I guess really the stoner stereotype. That's what Shaggy should have been, the stoner stereotype. And Fred, because he's the guy next door, should have connected all of them. But they specifically said they wanted Velma to be the person that connected all of them. So currently in the show, all the characters have a crush on Velma, and they just follow her around. And I'm like, that's such awful writing. You guys have a decent idea, but you're so stuck in how you want to execute it. It's coming off as awful, just absolutely awful. And they should have had Scooby. Scooby should have been there. Saying a talkie dog is awful for adults, no, I don't think that was it. I think people are right when they say it was probably more along the lines that Hanna-Barbera or whoever owns Scooby was like, no, we don't want our kid-friendly mascot to be associated with this show. I think they're just making stuff. A big part of me feels they're just making stuff up when they say a talking dog isn't for adult shows. Like Family Guy, one of the most famous adult shows, has a talking dog in it. Oh man. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this thing with stream elements. I've done it. I did it so easily before, and I can't do it now. I don't. Properties. Yeah, it should allow for more comments, but it's only showing like this part. The box for it is actually super big. But if I do this, what did I just shrink? Oh no. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Chat, yes, this. Yeah, see, it doesn't allow for more. You should make a video on Family Guy. I have nothing to say about Family Guy. At least The Last of Us is going well, in my opinion, so far. But maybe I'm in the wrong. I don't like the casting for The Last of Us. Not that they're bad actors, just they don't really look like the characters to me. Maybe, well, that's not so much the casting as much as it is the makeup department. Like, the makeup department didn't do well. What's her face? I don't know her name, but she just does not look like Ellie. She does not look like Ellie to me at all. My friend made a really good point about The Last of Us, the video game. He said he actually thinks it's overhyped because the story is good, but video games are about the gameplay. And I argued with him. I was like, yes, but if a video game does an element so good that it attracts everyone to it as a video game, then isn't it considered a good game? And he didn't say this, but later I thought about it. It's like, don't people who love the movie Avatar feel the same way? Like, most of us think Avatar is not a good movie. It's a very generic movie, but it has very good special effects. Well, if it does the special effects so good that it attracts a lot of people, doesn't that make it a good movie? And I'm like, I don't like that argument for Avatar, but it's the argument I'm using for The Last of Us. So I don't think Pedro Pascal looks like Joel. I don't. They look like two different ethnicities. I have no idea what I'm doing with stream elements. Oh, here it is. I found it. I just wasn't reading. I was just looking at the I was just looking at the picture that it was showing me. Okay, so with this, I should be able to put more text on the screen. Avatar, you mean Fern Gully in space? Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Avatar, the story was so unoriginal, but it did so well because of its presentation. And everybody's like, well, presentation doesn't make a good movie. It's all about the writing. And that's what my friend was saying about The Last of Us. You know, the writing of a game doesn't make a good game. It's the gameplay. And the gameplay in The Last of Us is just standard. Like, it didn't really push the bar as much as the story did. Have you watched Velma? Yes, we were just talking about that. I have seen Velma, and I'm probably going to do a review on it. I'm not doing like a weekly review like most people are doing. Just because I don't feel like I have enough to say about it just yet. Okay, so if I do this, there we go. That's much better. Okay, and then if I save it, uh-oh. Oh no. What did that do? Maybe if I do this. There we go. I figured it out. Look, guys, I'm a YouTuber. A streamer, that's what it's called. All right, move this up, please. No, this. Move this up. There we go. Much better. Yay. All right, I figured that out. So it's gone. Will you review the Mario movie? I don't like to review movies that are in theaters. Just because I'm a very big use the footage to support what you're saying guy. I know you don't have to do that. The Drinker is actually very successful and he doesn't always do that. But I just like to prove what I'm saying with footage. I'm definitely going to see the Mario movie. Whenever it comes out, I'm going to the theater to watch it. So you better not get a freaking COVID 2.0. What more is there to say about Velma, really? Pointing out what it almost gets right. Because I don't think a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are really harking down on what it gets wrong. I said I could do both, but Batman first because Shady called him first. Drinker is hilarious. Nice to see that you enjoy that too. Do you like murder mysteries? I'm fine with them, yeah. I used to love murder mysteries when I was a kid, but as of now, I'm fine with them. I mean, Detective Conan is my favorite anime. I guess I do love murder mysteries. At some point, I'll get around to drawing that one fan art I said I'd draw when I was asked, who's your favorite superhero? You said Batman, but when I said it was going to be fan art, you wanted Spider-Man. Well, it's not that I wanted Spider-Man. It's just that I didn't want you to get confused of... because I think the response you gave me was something about, like, my favorite superhero or something like that. And I wanted to make it clear, like... this is my favorite superhero in this show, but my actual favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Any fan art I get, I'm just giddy because I love seeing people's interpretation of me or of my work. I get super jealous when I see like the fan art from Jaden Animation or the Game Grumps animations. Because it's so much people's fan art in general, I just love. Fan art of me, of course, you know, narcissistic, I'm going to like it a bit more. But fan art in general, like I used to host tournaments so people could draw fan art of Zelda in different topics. Like I that's why I'm on DeviantArt all the time. Because fan art, I love seeing people's different interpretations of something I've enjoyed. I can say I agree that Who They Got Ellie isn't the best, but it could be way worse. I think the rest work really well so far. It's not perfect, but it's still better than most games turn to show. Well, video game adaptations right now are really, really good. Sonic's good. Cyberpunk is good. Arcane is good. People are interested in Mario. I just want Mario to be fun. I mean, I don't hate, but I dislike who they casted for Mario. And my friend was saying that the actual voice actor for Mario, like his voice would be hard to listen to for a whole movie. And I almost thought he had a point until everyone heard the French dub for Mario. And they were like, can we get this instead? I'm like, yeah, I would have been fine listening to this the whole movie. I'm sorry. No, I think he would, what is it? Charles Matinee, I think is his name. I think it would have been fine going a whole movie listening to that voice. And here I thought you were dead on your DeviantArt. I am pretty much dead. I would like to get back into drawing, but I still browse DeviantArt. Like, I don't really upload anything, but I still browse DeviantArt all the time. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah, that's another one. Everyone's like, it's a really good movie. I honestly should have watched it a long time ago. Like I said, I'm trying to get myself to watch things. Because, like, I'm a reviewer. People want me to review things. I need to go watch them. But my primary entertainment is not traditional media. It's YouTube. I love watching YouTube videos. So on my downtime, I'll just have a video from YouTube playing in the background instead of sitting down with a bag of popcorn and watching some movie or something. Hey, Shady, how would you feel if someone was going to make a comic book series about YouTubers as superheroes in an expanded universe like the Marvel? I would eat that up. I would eat that up. If someone made a comic about YouTubers as superheroes, my goodness gracious, I would, because those are like the two medias I consume the most, superhero stuff and YouTubers. Well, nowadays I don't consume superhero stuff that much, but you guys have started requesting superhero stuff, so I'm getting back into it. But as a kid growing up until my like mid-20s, no, even after that, it was only in like the past like 3 or 4 years that I got out of superhero stuff. But my whole life, I was into the superhero genre. I read comics, I watched cartoons, I watched the movies, I played video games. I loved superhero stuff growing up. Do you like your current art style? As a fellow artist, I struggle with growth, especially if I want to focus on other passions. Well, I haven't been drawing really. So like the avatar you see right now, I didn't draw. Somebody drew this for me. And I would say, no, I don't like my current art style because I haven't really been practicing. I remember I got to a point where I was like, this is where I want to be. Now let's do the next step. I was very proud of where, this is where hold on, let me rephrase that. I got to a point where I was like, this is where I wanted to be when I first started. When I first started to learn to draw, I've made it to that point where I wanted to be. Now I want to be further. And I never got to that really second step. Did you ever watch Danny Phantom? Yes, I did. Love Danny. Danny Phantom, I think, was my favorite Nicktoon of all time. Until that third season hit, because season 3 was awful. And Phantom Planet was awful. And I hate Sam. Sam is one of might be my absolute, but one of my all-time most hated fictional characters. I hate Sam with a burning passion. No, I think Chloe from Life is Strange is my all-time least favorite fictional character. My all-time most hated fictional character. But Sam is high up there. I really do not like Sam. I've always not liked Sam. Which Titans are actually more serious? Go original or DC movie Titans? Go is not serious at all. I've never seen DC movie Titans. That's another thing. There's plenty of DC animated movies that I can watch and I just don't. How about Sonic X? Knuckles in particular I think, was done so dirty that it stained the reputation of his character for years to come. And only media tried to fix it. Boom, got bashed hard. I watched a lot of Sonic X growing up. I don't have a lot of good memory of it. But I did watch a lot of Sonic X. That was like the Sonic I grew up with, Sonic X. Despite being alive during the time where the Saturday morning cartoon show was a thing, I didn't watch much of it. Have you seen Dead End Red Dead India? The show is better. No, I have not. Maybe if you're around other fellow artists, it might help to get motivated you back into art. Look, a lot of my motivation stuff is just I need to not be lazy. That's a lot of my motivation stuff. Because it's like stuff I want to do, but YouTube is right there. I could just click on YouTube or... Because the things I do to waste time are YouTube, League of Legends, and Skyrim. So it's like if I'm just not feeling a day, I'll just waste time with one of those 3 things. And it's like, don't be lazy, Shady. Go and do something. Better yourself. Sam from Danny Phantom as a goth was fake. Yeah, Sam wasn't a goth. I say this all the time. Sam was not a goth. She was a hipster before it had a name, which we don't even use the term hipster anymore. But she only did the goth thing because it was opposite of what her parents wanted. That was the only reason she did the goth thing. She was rebellious to a fault. Whatever her parents wanted her to do, she pushed to do the opposite. She was very judgmental of Danny and Tucker. If anybody who didn't do things her way. The fashion show episode was an episode that seriously ticked me off. Because it's like, I get it if you don't want to participate in something, like you think it's bad. But if other people are participating in it and they're not hurting anyone else, like, it annoys me. The very first episode with the meat where she forces other people to become vegetarians. It's But I mean, I guess that episode can somewhat be forgiven because, you know, cruelty to animals and whatnot. That's how she views it. So I make Dragon War Shady fan art. He's a Skyrim player. That's actually on my DeviantArt of me being the Dragonborn and being bad at it because of Lydia. Sam, Danny Phantom, just like every activist nowadays, just forces their opinions on others rather than debate and try convincing others the rightness of her cause. Maybe didn't even believe it. Well, the thing about Danny Phantom is that it doesn't try to debate with Sam. In the end, she just winds up either being right or being smug about what's going on. It doesn't really try to like have a conversation about it. It's just characters yelling at each other. Dude, Sonic Sat AM is awesome. It ended on a cliffhanger, but awesome. Oh, that's how I feel about Reboot. That's exactly how I feel about Reboot. I'm glad I got that Sam rant. Thanks, man. Clone High was fun. You know, it's a very... I don't even want to say unlikable, but just like a very mean character that I fell in love with. Angelica. Like, I really began to appreciate Angelica from Rugrats. Because, like, the show All Grown Up came out. And the episode with Angelica and Cynthia, that turned Angelica into my favorite character. And I thought about it as, like, realizing on Rugrats, like, Angelica as the antagonist really made that show. Like, they do a whole episode very early explaining this. That Angelica is the reason the babies have something to unite over. She's the reason they are friends. And she's actually a very well-written character. And like I said, I have a weakness for uppity, rich characters, which Angelica, as a tween, acts like. So she became my instant favorite character once All Grown Up happened. Shady, have you ever heard of 5 Years Later? It's a continuation of both Ben 10 and Danny Phantom into one. Not sure if you've heard of it or not. I've probably seen pictures of it. I've seen a lot of fan stuff of Nicktoons and stuff. There's that one artist on Twitter who's constantly drawing fan art of that Nicktoons video game with SpongeBob, Jimmy, Timmy, and Danny. Rugrats Go Wild. Well, that's where Rugrats kind of started to die, is with Rugrats Go Wild. I actually think All Grown Up was pretty good. It was just behind its time. But All Grown Up, the Rugrats and All Grown Up did some pretty bad stuff. Like in terms of like likable characters. I had an idea of making a show that is like Gumball, but it takes place from Darwin's perspective and the family are metaphoric fruits. There's an episode where Angelica was afraid of the idea of a new baby. Oh my goodness. That episode. Oh, that episode terrified me as a kid. With Angelica's fear of her new baby brother. My goodness gracious. That episode was terrifying. I keep requesting that for Dark Toons that Doug Walker does that episode. If anybody ever, like, if that trend that came out like 4 or 5 years ago that everybody was doing where they were talking about things that scared them as a child, that is one of the first things I would run to. Total Drama was a matriarchy. I mean, Chris was in charge, so no. Chris was in charge of Total Drama, so absolutely not. Honestly, while it is an Undertale comic, Epic Tale is a great fanfic while we're on the topic. For fanfics, the only fanfic I read right now, I've read different fanfics in the past. I've read the Powerpuff Girls Doujinshi. Actually, I think that's the only one besides the other one I'm about to say. But the fanfic I constantly keep up with is Dragon Ball Multiverse. Which, if you haven't seen Dragon Ball Multiverse, it's a fanfic that's been out for over a decade. I would say probably like 15 years now, over 15 years, maybe 2 decades. I don't think it started in 2002. No, so probably like 15 years or 2003. I keep forgetting what year it is. But yeah, it was a continuation of Dragon Ball Z, and it came out before Super. So, if you go and you read the premise, you might think, oh, it's just copying what Super did. No, it came out way before Super did. And it's just about a multiverse tournament with the Dragon Ball Z characters. It's still going. It's in the semifinals right now. I'm still reading it, but there have been some major issues along the way with that comic. If you've read Dragon Ball Multiverse, like, I'm not a fan of Bra. I'm one of those Bra haters. Shady isn't saying the other because it belongs on a site dedicated to a rule of the other. I don't know do you mean the other? My wife constantly calls me a nerd. Well, is it true? If the boot fits. Like the main reason I stick with Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Multiverse is because I've been with it for so long. I've invested a lot of time into it. I mean, I was reading this since I was in high school, and I'm in my freaking 30s now. But there are some moments in there that are some of the worst writing I have ever seen. So, okay, OBS keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. It's scary. But there are some reviewers who get a lot of criticism on YouTube. I know Nostalgia Critic is one of them. Enter is one of them. But yeah, I don't really. A lot of times I don't fall into that crowd. I mean, when you think about it, everyone is a nerd at something. Like, jocks are just nerds when it comes to sports. No, that is geek. That is geek you are thinking of. Nerds are a specific type of geek. Nerds are geeks for intellectual activities. Math, science, history, those are nerds. Geeks is just someone who's really into someone. Although the evolution of language, a lot of people use nerd and geek simultaneously, so. Shady, I'm making a sandwich. Congratulations. In my head, I heard that as the announcer from Smash Bros. Your content is amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where is a version of your Dragonborn? I'd like to recreate art with the okay of the artist if it interests me. Well, it's not really it's not really a version of my It's just my avatar, but in Skyrim. It's on my DeviantArt page. But I drew it a long time ago. My art isn't even that good now, let alone a long time ago. Why you're fine to do with your YouTube channel? That might need to be reworded, Ramon. I'm not sure what you mean. Nerd and geek are a spectrum, much like my identity. Shady, what's the difference between nerds and geeks? Well, I just said. A nerd is a type of geek. It's just a geek who's really into intellectual concepts. I even talk about my family and my friends, so what's up with that? Oh, Bobby. I was like, what are you talking about? I've just been talking about your family, and your family have been talking about you. What you gonna do about it? Hurting between the pros and cons of obsession. What time it be? How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for 2 hours. Okay. Not that long if you're a streamer, but pretty long if you're not. Hello to all new people. We're just chilling. I was testing some equipment earlier. I've got enough footage that I can work with, that I can experiment with it, just to make sure it works. And right now we're just chatting up with each other. I probably won't be on for too much longer, but I'm just answering any questions people might have. I disagree on the nerd definition, but any channels you recommend for more King of the Hill discussion. Johnny Two Cellos. He's pretty much the guy I almost always recommend for content that I review, because we talk about very similar topics, but we do it in very different ways. And a lot of people in my audience, well, I should say a lot, but people in my audience have been known to like diss Johnny because we have different political views. I personally don't care about that. He makes good videos. His videos are more informative though. My videos are more so meant to entertain. Like I watch something and then I talk about my opinion about it. His videos are more informative. He does a lot of research on his topics, but they're very well put together videos. But like I said, they're more informative. Where like I'm trying to make you laugh, he's trying to make you understand things. Hey Shadies, do you have any OCs in animated franchises? This avatar was supposed to have one in the My Little Pony franchise, but I never drew it. It was supposed to be a dragon. This was back when this avatar was a short character. This avatar originally was a short character, and he had a tall sidekick called Ellipsis. Let me see if I can get her. Images. This one. Ellipsis, where are you? I found an old picture of her. He was a short character, and he had a tall sidekick. And what he would do is when he needed to be tall, he would switch heights with her, which I never made into the canon. Like that was in my head, but I never made it canon. Let's see. I've drawn pics of them. Where are they? Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. That's why. Drawn pics. Okay, I'll just use this Twitter banner I used to have. Yeah, so this is... you can't really see her that much, but this is like these used to both be the mascots of my channel. The black character before he just became known as Shady Doorags, because that's who he was supposed to be, like me, but like a very annoying version of me. And that was his name was originally Random Person, because that was my name before I became Shady Doorags. And then this was his sidekick, this girl with blue hair, Ellipsis. Named that because she didn't say anything. She was very quiet because I just thought it was adorable that she was quiet. And when, like I said, when Random Person needed to be tall, that watch that she has on her neck that's called the MacGuffin, he would press the button on the MacGuffin and they would switch heights. So he would be tall and she would be short. Let's see if I can find some other pictures so you can see. Oh, here's another one. This was my old YouTube banner when my channel got deleted and I made a second channel. Yeah, this one. Oh, and this is a picture I used a lot. Yeah, both of these used to be my mascot. I really do miss Ellipsis. You know, not real, but she was a fun character in my head, because she was basically my avatar's Alfred. She would do whatever RP. Like I said, his name used to be Random Person, and I would call him RP. She would do whatever RP said, and like she was his biggest fan, and RP was very narcissistic. So he was like, yeah, it's natural that she's my biggest fan. I was very proud of her character design too. If you'll notice, her hair has those 3 beads in the back because, you know, ellipsis. And I gave her Starfire-esque eyebrows. And what they weren't OCs, but I had a series called Character Capture where I would overanalyze characters. And I would make RP dress up as them. I only got like 2 costumes though. I want to see if I can find one with them with their heights reversed. I'm gonna have to go to my drawn pictures. Like if you go on my DeviantArt, you will see them a lot. I used to draw them a lot. I want one with their heights reversed though. I think I've only drawn 1 picture with their heights reversed. Oh, I literally drew them as Batman and Alfred. Okay, I've only got literally like 1 picture with their heights reversed. And it doesn't show all of RP, but it's the best one I've got, so... Let me see if I can... Oh, I just saw it and now it's gone. Crap, where'd it go? It was right here. There it is, yeah. It doesn't have all of RP in it, but... Oh, it's huge. Jeez. Let me shrink that down. Yeah. Okay. So what are you guys saying? The headwear on the talking character, but seeing a picture is a huge help. Cats fighting would make a good deviant art. It's kind of a hat with a blah, blah, blah. I don't know about you, Shady, but Fluttershy and Pink Pie are best, and Rarity is worst pony in my opinion. Rarity is my favorite character, so... Well, Sunset Shimmer is my favorite character, but of the main show, Rarity is my favorite. Like I said, I love the uppity, prissy characters. And Rarity just wants the finer things in life, and that's fine. She also has one of the most the songs I relate to the most, becoming popular. As somebody who wanted to get into YouTubing, I greatly related to that. when your video starts to blow up and you start becoming more popular. What about Starlight? Her appearance was literally the envoy of their nosedive. Well, I love Starlight as a villain. I've actually done videos of this. I hated Starlight as a good character. I think she was rushed to be a good character, and then once she was a good character, all she did was upstage the other ones. Shady likes uppity characters. Not all of them, but I do tend to like them. Like I mainly like if I think one of the big things is if they're competent in some way, like they're uppity but they're competent in what they do, or if they don't know. Is the popular song the reason why you know of Wicked? I know of Wicked because my sister was starting to get into Broadway plays, and she played some Wicked songs. But I do love the song Popular in Wicked. Did you ever see My Little Pony Friendship is Witchcraft? Yeah. I don't remember if I liked it or not. Apparently I didn't like it enough. I know, Shady, your video tearing into Starlight is how I first found you. Yeah. Starlight and Timber Spruce were the banes of my existence. Starlight is half the reason I stopped watching My Little Pony. I say all the time, like, I didn't really like My Little Pony itself. I liked various elements of My Little Pony, and I liked brony content. But I don't think I can ever say, like, I liked My Little Pony specifically. But that might just be me being pedantic about words. I fell out of my interest, maybe season 4. Well, the end of season 4 was when I started getting annoyed, because that's when Starlight became good. The season 4 finale I absolutely hated. Season 5 really annoyed me because of all the stuff they had Starlight doing. And then I watched the first episode of season 6. I was like, I'm kind of done with this. Wait a second. No. I think I'm thinking of season 7. Season 5 ended. Yeah, season 7 is where because the ending of season 6 really ticked me off. Ed or Eddie. I mean, I would never pick Eddie. It would either be Ed or Double D. Probably Ed. Ed made me laugh the most. What about Applejack is great? Curious of your opinion. I mean, Applejack's not really my favorite in any way, really. Applejack actually annoys me because of the episode where the episode that got a bunch of controversy with the derpy eyes, and Applejack was like, "Oh, I didn't technically lie because I said this," and I'm like, "No, you guys did that horribly." I mean, I think she's fine as a character. She just didn't appeal to me. The character that appealed to me was Rarity, and then Twilight somewhat, but I prefer Sci-Twi because Sci-Twi is more of a nerd than Twilight is. Twilight is more geek. Sci-Twi is more nerd. Twilight really geeks out about like magic and stuff, but Sci-Twi is specifically like they specifically draw out her smart components and they lean heavily into that. Luna was the better princess. I mean, not really. I like Luna. I do like Luna a lot, but she wasn't really the better princess. Shady, which episode got you into the show? I called of the cutie because I finally got to society. Okay, so no episode got me into the show. What happened was this was in college. Was it in college? Yeah, it was in college. I was binging a lot of YouTube, and I had seen every death battle except the Rainbow Dash versus Starscream death battle because I was like, I don't care about My Little Pony. But finally, I got myself to watch that, and they were like, oh, Rainbow Dash can fly this fast and do this much stuff. And I was like, wait a second, what is this show that a pony can do all this stuff? And I thought to myself, I was like, well, maybe it looks like girlish and cartoony on the outside, but maybe it's actually like a superhero show or something like that. And it just has this girly aesthetic to it. I'm like, oh, I could get into that if it's a superhero show. And so I started watching it, and I was like, no, it's not. It's not that at all. But when I went to look up Brony stuff, like the Brony stuff was so good. The Brony reviewers and the songs they were making and the animation they were doing, it was so good. And I was like, I need to watch the show to get the context of the Brony stuff. So I did that. And also there are things in the show that I just like. Like the show as a whole, I didn't really like, but I liked the characters. I liked the songs. I like the person. Well, that's the characters. But yeah, there are elements to the show that I liked. So that's what got me into the show. It wasn't like really a specific episode. It was just everyone was talking about it, and I was kind of wondering what the hype was about. When the Bluey analysis video coming out? I thought if I were to do an analysis on a kid's show, it would probably be Starbeam, because that is a superhero show. And I actually really, really like Starbeam. Thoughts on Justin Bieber versus Rebecca Black? Don't really have an opinion on either of them. They are both pop singers that came out during a time where hating pop singers was popular. Superhero Girls is that way. Superhero show disguised as a girl show. I think it's equal both parts. I don't think it's disguised as a girl show. I think it broadcasts that it's a girl show. It was a trick question. The answer is the Ed Boys, because they are best when treated as a singular unit by the cul-de-sac, in my opinion. Oh, you're talking about Ed, Ed, and Nettie. Well, I just watched Ed, Ed, and Nettie from the beginning, and I liked it from the beginning. I mean, if there's one episode that always comes to mind when I think of just how funny Ed, Ed, and Nettie is, it's the episode where Ed thinks Johnny is his mom. And it's just because when he gets on that balance beam and starts yelling cock-a-doodle-doo, that is one of the hardest laughs I've ever had. I was talking about Death Battle for Justice Beaver versus Rebecca Black. I don't care to see that in a death battle. I genuinely don't like their joke death battles that they do. I mean, Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie was fun, but I didn't care for Kool-Aid Man versus, who did he fight? I forget who Kool-Aid Man fought. Or was it the Slim Jim guy? Nor did I care for Smokey the Bear versus McGruff. I didn't care for any of those. New season of Totally Spies coming up. Thoughts? Why? Why do they keep bringing back these old IPs? Just like Totally Spies was a thing of its time. Like, I would not bring that back. It was a very 2000s thing. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm not trying to sound like I'm dissing Totally Spies. It was a very 2000s thing. I don't think that's something that should even be tried to be brought back. I only recognize the first 2 seasons of Young Justice as canon. I only saw the first season all the way through. Then after the time skip, I saw the first episode, maybe the second episode, and then I just kind of lost track of it. Do you ever train with... I don't know what that means. Thoughts on the PewDiePie versus the Wall Street Journal drama? Well, that's old drama. Almost every YouTuber, including myself, sided with PewDiePie in that drama. Because the whole argument was he was making a joke, and you got offended, so you decided to completely cancel him. And the good thing about that drama is it opened the eyes of YouTubers to potentially being canceled over a joke. And so a lot of YouTubers are aware that they shouldn't be that sensitive about it. Prince of Egypt versus Beauty and the Beast. What are considered the best from DreamWorks and Disney? Which movie wins? Well, I prefer Prince of Egypt. Just because I don't really like Belle that much. But Beauty and the Beast did so much for animation. Like, it's hard to contest Beauty and the Beast with anything, to be honest with you. To be fair, Shady, sometimes old stuff can be revived properly. For example, just like how the 90s had 2 Sonic shows, Netflix made 2 He-Man, second and much, but better. Yeah, I'm fine with certain things getting revived. Like, I don't expect Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry to ever stop getting revived. I think those concepts are pretty timeless. You can just switch them up to be modern. Totally Spies, though, that was a very 2000s thing. I'm watching through Kids Next Door right now. I actually just started season 3. Kids Next Door has one of the best endings of all time. Like, when I think of when I think of great endings to a show, Kids Next Door is always the first thing that pops into my mind. You're watching it right now, so I don't want to spoil it for you, but the Powerpuff Girls was a show that seemed like a girl show, but it reached across and made all sorts of fans. The Powerpuff Girls, I don't remember how the Powerpuff Girls advertised itself, but it never seemed like a girl show to me. It was just the title seemed like a girl's title. That was the problem. That was the thing about the Powerpuff Girls. Like, I remember there was a comedian who came out and made fun of a guy for liking Powerpuff Girls. And I was like, I don't get the joke. Like, Powerpuff Girls isn't for girls. What is he talking about? Or is it? It isn't just for girls. It isn't girly. Like, I don't recall it ever advertising itself as girly. It was just called the Powerpuff Girls, and that's what people thought it was something girly. I especially miss gang related. What a waste of a really cool concept with a great cast. New He-Man and Sonic brought a lot of new stuff to the table. That's why they worked. Oh, you're talking about the 2000s He-Man. I thought my brain immediately went to the 2010s He-Man, and I'm like, did it, or was it 2020? Wherever that latest He-Man came out, I was like, did that work? Like, a lot of people hated that. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, also a show that I had some of the hardest laughs in my life. The two instances that comes to mind are when Billy goes on a picnic and he gets involved in a war between the dwarves and the cookie elves. Because the Rackle Frackle scene at the beginning made me and my brothers just laugh for days. I mean, days we were laughing at that joke. And the other one is Fred Fredburger. The court scene with Fred Fredburger just slayed me. Make a video of Beavis and Butthead. Probably won't do that. I don't really... I wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead when I was a kid, and I don't really have an interest in it, but we'll see. Yeah, the 2010s He-Man, I watched some of it, but I didn't really get into the 2010s He-Man. It's just when you kept saying the 2000s He-Man, I watched some of it, but I didn't really get into it. When you kept saying the 2000s, I just kept thinking the 2010s He-Man. Isn't the point of Powerpuff Girls is that it wasn't what it appeared to be? Hot Diggity Demon pointed out that Powerpuff Girls are cute, so the intense violence could shock you. I mean, that's a good thing to point out. I don't know if I 100% agree with that, but it makes sense. I would have to think on it a bit more. But it was really good at shocking the audience. I rewatched one episode to see if it still held up, and the one where Billy sells chocolate had me on the edge. Feeling disappointed. I can't believe Scooby-Doo in the new hit show Velma is trans. Shaking my head. They are ruining our... Somebody didn't watch the show. Maybe it's no, because I'm pretty sure I'm caught up on Scooby-Doo. What are you talking about? Scooby-Doo's not trans. Scooby isn't even a character. Scooby is a concept. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up, and Scooby isn't a character. He's just a concept. It was a project that they titled it Scooby, and Velma makes a joke. So what did Scooby do? But maybe I'm more behind than I think I am, because I thought I was caught up on that show. Any shows that you love as a kid but might not hold up today? That I loved as a kid but might not hold up today. Probably Teletubbies. I loved Teletubbies. Spider-Man the Animated Series doesn't hold up today. I love Spider-Man the Animated Series, but yeah, it has a lot of problems with it. One, two, three, Rainy Street, Arlen, Texas. Pull up, we out here. I don't think Bobby would advertise that. I don't think Bobby would tell someone where they can find him. Do you watch Nemesis Blood Rice New? I saw something that Scooby with an I is a black woman Norval is dating to get over Velma. Hope it's fake, but no, that's just a rumor. Her name's not Scooby. Norval is dating a black woman. At least from the episodes I've seen. All right, and I'm pretty sure I've caught up, but these could change in the next couple episodes. Norval is dating a black woman, but her name isn't Scooby. I forget what her name is, but they said her name plenty of times. Scooby in the show is a secret project that happened, and Velma's trying to figure out how the project is linked to the mysteries. It might change to something else as new episodes come, but that's, as far as I know, that's what Scooby is in the show. Shady, once I see the fascinating video of Christopher Daniel Barnes, aka 90s Spider-Man, was suggested could play Knuckles. That would be weird. Christopher Burns has I don't know, I've heard his voice recently. Back in the Spider-Man days, which was the 90s, 30 years ago, he had a real young-sounding voice. That's why he could play both Peter Parker and Prince Eric. What's the Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated? See, I grew What's the Scooby-Doo was a part of my childhood, but I didn't really pay that much attention to it. It was one of those cartoons you put on TV while you did something else. Mystery Incorporated, everyone talked good stuff about it, but I was in a non-watching cartoon phase at the time, which I'm kind of still in. I'm trying to get out and watch more cartoons. Shady, who do you think will win the fight, Norville or Andrew Tate? I don't know. I thought Scooby was a narcotic. No. Your Zoinks Mystery Machine, those are narcotics. Batman Beyond is a great show, still along with Batman the Animated Series. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. The Scooby Snacks were I don't think the Scooby Snacks were the narcotics either. I know Zoinks and Mystery Machine were, and there was something else, but I can't remember. Maybe it was Jeepers or something. How did you come up with your intro and outro? So the outro music, I literally just put some sounds together, and I was like, that sounds good. And then somebody remixed it to make it actually sound like music. Because if you go back far enough, you'll hear the original outro music. So Long, Farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, Goodbye is a reference to Sound of Music. I really like Sound of Music. Well, I really like the songs of Sound of Music. The movie's fine too, but I just adore the songs. And then I told myself that I needed an intro that went with my outro. My outro said goodbye various times, so my intro needed to say hello various times. And I specifically told myself I'm not allowed to say my name is, because Markiplier and Jacksepticeye both do that, or both did that. Jack doesn't do it anymore, but Mark still does it. They say, my name is, and then they say their YouTube name, and it bugged the mess out of me, because I'm like, that's not your name. That's just what you call yourself. So I always say, I don't say, my name is Shady Doorags. I say, Shady Doorags here, because that's what you're supposed to call me. So, outro, reference, intro, I needed it to go with the outro. Yeah. I actually really like the Spider-Man show with the 3D animation with Neil Patrick Harris. I didn't know Neil Patrick Harris was Spider-Man in that. I think it was on MTV and had more mature tone, but the animation doesn't hold up as well, though. Yeah, I've seen it, and I always kind of forget that that one exists. And then once I see it again, I'm like, oh yeah, that one. Did you watch Cars? Yes, I did. I actually really liked Cars 1. I did not like... Cars 2 I thought was okay, but I was like, this probably should have been the first Cars movie, because people already don't like this. When it comes to Disney remakes, which one is the best and the worst? The best is... I think it's Jungle Book, but Cinderella might have competition. Yeah, I think Jungle Book. Jungle Book is the best Disney remake. The worst, Mulan. Mulan is just so awful. I mean, Lion King could give Mulan a run for its money. for being the worst, but Mulan took every little thing about Mulan took me out of the movie. The acting was bad. The cinematography was bad. Like, the story was just awful. Oh my goodness, Mulan was so bad. But to be fair, I haven't really seen The Lion King. The only time I watch Disney remakes is when my family wants to watch them. Like, Aladdin had potential to be good. Well, all of them had potential to be good if they actually remade them. They didn't remake them. But Aladdin had potential to be a good live-action remake of its animation counterpart. Like, Friend Like Me is an actual good live-action Aladdin scene and song. For the longest time, I had one DVD of the new anime series that was like 4 episodes for the middle of the season, but I watched it repeatedly. 32 people. Did you like Rocky and Creed? The first Rocky, I think, has bad pacing. I know it's like a famous movie, but I think it has very bad pacing. I think the story is barely being told there. The second Rocky movie, I like a lot more. The third Rocky movie, I like a lot more. Creed was all right. I don't really like Michael B. Jordan because he plays the same character, in my opinion. He constantly plays the same character, which is a troubled youth who meets a lot of black stereotypes. He was that in Johnny Storm, Fantastic Four. He was that in Creed. He was that in Black Panther, like constantly, and that is a caricature that I don't like. Hey Shady, if you could date in Mortal Kombat female character, which one would you choose? I don't really know Mortal Kombat that well. Aladdin Remake's problem is trying to match the original, including Smith doing a Robin Williams impression rather than being something of its own. Well, that's most of the remake's problem, which is why I think Jungle Book is the best one, because Jungle Book does not feel like a retelling of the animated movie. It feels like a retelling of the story Jungle Book. Like they made a different version of Jungle Book. Like Jungle Book would it's why I don't like that they left the King Louis song in there, because with King Louis they tried to go for a tone of he's a mafia boss, and they got Walken playing him, and I'm like, this is perfect casting. You guys have done the perfect thing with this character. And then they have him sing Friend Like I Want to Be Like You. And I'm like, no, that song was for goofy King Louis. It doesn't go with mafia boss King Louis. Like, no, don't do that. Like, sneaking in Bare Necessities was fine. And they actually could have left in Ka's song, because Ka's song actually goes with the serious tone. But King Louis' I Want to Be Like You? Like, no! I was very upset when they left that song, when I found out they left that song in. Do you plan on making any more gaming videos? I have a gaming channel. My second channel, if you go to my channel, it's at the recommended channels. It's Shady Doorags. And I'm trying to upload gaming videos there. My PS4 just broke, so if I get back into gaming, it'll probably be PS3 games for a little bit, because that's the only working console I have. I mean, my Wii works, but I don't have the memory card for it. My stomach's starting to growl. Might be time to head out soon. Have you played GTA 5? No. I was very, for lack of a better term, sheltered growing up. So a lot of like really brash games I just didn't play. Usually I played stuff that was rated T or lower. Actually, that's all the live-action remakes problems in a nutshell. They don't do their own thing, but rather match the same beats as the original. But just about a lot of people know that already. Yeah, but like that in itself is a bad thing, but you can still turn it into something good. Like Aladdin almost did it. Well, I shouldn't say almost did, but with Aladdin, you could see the potential that's there. Lion King was just straight up lazy. And this is why I laugh when people say, like, oh, these movies aren't trying to attract older people who have seen the movies. They're trying to attract kids who have never seen the originals. And I'm like, Jon Favreau admitted that he was trying to use use the nostalgia from the original movie to get people emotional. He admitted to this. Stop saying that they're not trying to attract people who've seen the original movie. They are definitely doing that. Did you watch Kobe Bryant play? No, I'm not a big sports person. Whew. How long have we been going? 2 minutes and 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay. All right, you guys. I need to head out. I need to go get some food. I need to do other stuff. My mouth is really dry, so I'm trying to keep talking, but it's about had it. So thank you guys for stopping by and checking out this stream. My stomach keeps growling and keeps telling me to go get something to eat. I'll probably be, there probably won't be a video this week. We'll see. Sometimes I get into a video making fever and I just make one really quickly. But there probably won't be a video this week, which is why I did this live stream. We'll see what happens in the future. Probably more King of the Hill, probably more Teen Titans. And I do have some other plans that are in the works. The scripts to them are almost done. But I gotta flesh them out, and they writing those scripts, like, they really drain me creatively. So, but yeah, I hope you guys have a good time. I will see you guys in the next one. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.